it's possible. Crawford. And Shane fumbled a lot early. Oh, that's a beautiful pass out of Harford, who marks over Thompson and has to go back. He's in trouble. Vandenberg inside the square, looks for Harford on the run, could kick this one from 45, and he has done. 2 in this quarter to Harford.
Hasn't the tempo of the game actually lifted? Both sides.
Traffic, wasn't it, in the first quarter?
Certainly working extremely hard. Looked like they were just going to over-finesse in this part of the ground, but it worked out pretty well. Good composure here by Vandenberg. And the beauty of what he did on that occasion, he ran towards the player he was going to give the ball to, because then he could have shepherded. That's what he did, created space for Harford.
Daniel Harford has kicked 2 great goals in this term. The Hawks trail by 21 points only. And the memento, a poor bounce by the umpire, went straight to the Hawks. Crawford, if they can get him really up and firing, onto McCabe. And he's going to drop short. Nick Holland's marked. He gives it off to Joel Smith, who's coming into the game. He hooks it back. Oh, good gutsy mark taken by Carr. It wasn't a good kick by Joel Smith. Austin Jones. A low trajectory kick. No mark. This will help Holland. He's got it. He should be looking to kick the thing. Yep, that was Leckers, a big mistake then. Thompson, centre winger mark taken by Chick. They've all lifted these Hawthorn players.
Holland on his own.
Yeah, he should be kicking long now. Get it down that half-forward line, put a bit of pressure on. A pack flies. It comes to ground. It's hooked back by Angelo Leckers. It'll be a mark. Thompson again. Oh, this young fella's kicked 2. And he's going to kick from 35 to 40 metres, Mick.
The thing about this quarter, Pete, Hawthorn are just taking risks at every opportunity. They're trying to invent run into their game, and that's a good policy when you're down by 44 points at the main break. They've really come out in this, the third quarter, tried to run, tried to generate some enthusiasm, and by putting some score on the board, every team member has lifted accordingly.
Nathan Thompson for his 3rd goal.
He's a beautiful kick.
This looks good. He's dumped it. But this is showing their true Hawthorn character.
Yeah, magnificent character this from the Hawthorn team. They're only trailing by
15 points.
15 points at this stage, and that's a great stuff marked by young Thompson. That's his 3rd mark for the quarter. More importantly, his 3rd goal. They're on a roll, the Hawks.
Well, it is reminiscent of the 1970 Grand Final when Carlton trailed by 44 points. They won the game. Sorry, Pete, but Hawthorn doing the same thing. Handball at every opportunity. And they've got themselves back to within 15 points. Whether they go on and win it is something else. But they've certainly showed that when the game may have been over, it was still there to be won.
Peter, the breeze has dropped too. There's no breeze what to speak of. The first half was going to left of screen. There's no breeze at all.
And 28 years I've been trying to forget that year, and you bring it up now, Peter.
It was the number of points at half-time that struck me. I just wonder if that was mentioned at all. Taylor just back onto the ground. Fumbles, gets another chance. Oh, taken a little bit high, or didn't have the footy, I should say. Knowles, Chick went without it. Lord, Knowles has got him. It's going to be a ball up, which I think was a good decision.
Yeah, Pete, and I think Tony Woods has to take a lot of credit just for stabilising the ship. I think we intimated in our call earlier, Woods must go to Brown because he's got great negating ability, great defence. He went to Brown when Brown had 20 possessions. Brown has only had 1 possession in about a quarter of footy due to that aspect, and also Thompson, because of Woods' influence on him early, he hasn't been able to get into the game.
2 kicks by Burke and McCabe. See the ball back where it started, and that's out of bounds. So it will be thrown in right half forward for Hawthorn, and they only trailed by 15 points, and that's the closest they've been since the first quarter. Just out of bounds. Almost lay off the knee there, but not quite. Almost. Everett tucks it under his arm. Well done, Peter Everett. Trianides around Crawford. Trianides kicks to a contest on centre wing. The ball, Heatley. Colliker was his opponent. Now there's a whistle. It's a Hawthorn free kick.
And Tim Elliott has gone down onto Thompson.
50 metres.
50 metres.
2 this quarter, and that's against Everett. Careful, Peter.
He might get another 50 if he's not careful. He'll get another 50. You watch.
50. Yes.
It'll be another 50. There you are. You can bet on it. He might get a...
They'll be right on the goal line.
He might get a third one, Mick.
Yeah, well, irrespective of what happens, I'll be taking Peter Everett straight off the ground. You just can't afford undisciplined acts like that when you can still control your emotions. Spider is a terrific player, terrific competitor, but he knows to give away 100 metres when the ball's 140 metres from goal, and all of a sudden a player who's a defender has a shot on goal and should kick it. Undisciplined play.
Pollock gets the goal. And would you believe it, there was only 9 points the difference.
What an amazing turnaround. 7 goals to 1. And this the third quarter. In the first quarter we've seen 9 goals to 1. And here's Everett. Everett's getting dragged from the ground, and rightfully so. Good coaching, Tim Watson.
And what makes it worse, he cops a serve from the Hawthorn supporters. Well, Peter Everett, you can see that's the second 50 metres being shown now. David Howlett deliberating the and Everett's been taken off the ground by Tim Watson to the roars of delight. There he goes, of the Hawthorn supporters. The next goal, very important. Free kick, Harford. Oh, everything's going the Hawks' way now. Daniel Harford, can the Saints stop the ruck? Daniel Harford, centre of the ground. He's going to bomb it long. Gee, what will they could do for a mark here? Thompson flies at the back. No mark. Thompson for St Kilda. Trainedes a fumble. Crummell gets it out. Andrew Thompson for the Saints. He kicks it off straight to Crode. And Crode marks centre wing.
Trent Crode at right centre wing. The Hawthorn side trailing by 9 points.
Peter, when Peter Everett came up, he just stared up at Timmy Watson's box there. Just an almighty stare. It was unbelievable. It was blood-curdling.
I think Tim will get the last say, though. Big pack of players. Elliott punches to the front. Trainedes. Reads it well. He started on the bench. Kicks to a contest on centre wing. Crode punches to the front. Lekas needs to give it to somebody. Still Lekas. That was beautifully played. Lekas at right centre wing. A mongrel punt off the boot. Thompson again. What a quarter he's having.
He just should compose himself now and just assess himself, because he will get the distance, Pete. As Couchy intimated before,
Big kick.
the wind has dropped. It is a beautiful long kick, Pete.
55 metres, he's got to kick it, Mick.
The wind has dropped, as Couchy intimated. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a trip. He's gone for a lead.
He's gone for a pass.
Great play.
It's okay, Holland. Well, that was pinpoint the pass. Holland did it at the right time.
He is a beautiful kick, isn't he, the young kid?
Oh, magnificent. He's beautifully balanced for a young player. For a tall player, he can play in the ruck, he can play across half-back. And as we saw today, he's pushed forward and actually been a mobile forward, key forward for the Hawthorn team. But I think the major difference in this quarter, it's been centre clearances Hawthorn 6 to St Kilda 1, all to the efforts of Paul Salmon.
So Holland for his second. He might have missed. No, he hasn't. He's got it. 3 points is the margin. And I have to sit down to read this properly. Hawthorn was down 63 points at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. If you left and came back and said Hawthorn would be 3 points down at this stage at the third term, you'd call the police, wouldn't you?
You would.
Now, Everett's come back onto the ground. Looks like he's going to play as a forward pocket type player, or maybe out of the goal square. Interesting to see how Hawthorn restructure their defence, because this is important.
Peter Everett back on the ground, the big fella, and he's gone down to the goal square.
And Mark Graham's picked him up, Pete.
Well, they've got to get it out of the centre, though, the Saints. This is where Hawthorn have been getting it out since half-time. There's Rock shooting it out. Taylor, he gives it off to Crawford. Crawford gives it off to Salmon. Salmon belts it forward. It's a loose ball, and the mark has been taken by Darryl Wakeland. Wakeland's got loose men everywhere. Nathan Burke's one of them. He's marked at half-back, the little fella.